I'm doing good. But before we start, since nobody really listens to our outro, I wanted to get this out. There are still 2 people who have left us a review for iTunes and have not gotten back to us about anything. So, Too Broke to Prosper and Anonymous. You got to contact us so we can get your art. If I don't hear from either one of you, we're going to move on to the next person. So it really just comes down to that because there are other people who have left reviews. So get to us, Gmail or on Twitter, Tooks Tavern. Again, oh my lord. Nook's Tavern, and we'll start a conversation there. But yeah, I know it's been a really long week, man. It's been a really long week. It's all right. It's all right. How's your island been? People said that you were muted. Yeah, I don't know.
If we're muted, then we got to start this all over again.
They're not getting any Kurt audio.
Did you turn off desktop audio?
No.
Oh. I mean.
All right, you're in now. Okay.
Okay, you guys can hear me now? Should we start over or just keep going?
I literally didn't do anything.
Okay, so if you can hear me, clap in the studio, because we do have a live studio audience right now.
You know what? Let's reintro. Let's stop recording. Let's
okay.
Redo it. You ready?
Hold on. Let's stop recording. Just let me know when.
All right, 5 seconds of silence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome twice again to Nook's Tavern, the in-studio, in-game podcast about all things Animal Crossing New Horizons. If you'd like to support us, come to twitch.com wow, that's a complete screw up. We'll have to cut that out in post. Twitch.tv. Twitch.tv/Nook's Tavern if you want to see us live each and every week. Or if you want to support the podcast in general, go to patreon.com/Nook's Tavern. With me, as always, is the kumquat to my orange, Mr. Philip Keating.
Hi, Kurt. How are you?
Hi, Phil. Deja vu.
What's that? Real quick, since nobody listens to the outro of the show, if you have left us an iTunes review, you got to get in touch with us so we can get some art your way. I'm talking to you, Too Broke to Prosper and Anonymous. Guys, you got to get to me on nookstavern@gmail.com or on Twitter just so we can start the process. If we get towards the end and we still haven't heard from you, we're going to move on to the next reviewers.
Very cool. So, Phil, what's been going on your island this week?
So there's been a lot. There's a lot going on here. With all the new fish and bugs and whatnot, I've been getting handfuls upon handfuls of bait from one of our executive producers, B-Mail, and I've just been fishing my butt off. And I appreciate that. But what happened yesterday is I was in the middle of a fish streak and had a fish on the line, and I sneezed and took my my button mashing hand off the switch, so I could cover my mouth with my elbow, and that was the exact moment that the fish bit and got away. So I'm pretty disappointed. But
that's a bummer.
It's super bummer. I was up to 71, I think, somewhere around there.
Wow.
So I understand you're having a mocking tone, but what I did learn this week, though, is that you can get artwork sent to you from your neighbors.
I knew about that, but did you get any?
I did.
No way. Who'd you get them from?
I don't remember. But it was fake.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about that kind of artwork,
Yeah.
not portraits
Not
of
portraits.
your.
No. I got a piece of museum-esque artwork in the mail from, let's say, Beardo. But
Okay.
I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. And then
So
I went to get it donated, and it was a fake. So, but it leads the possibility of real artwork coming through the mail from your neighbors, considering that Red shows up whenever Red wants.
yeah. Speaking of which, yeah, I'd like him to show up to my island once. He showed up that first day where they introduced Red, and he shows you some artwork in the plaza, and then he showed up the next day on my island where the treasure trawler parks, and I haven't seen him since.
I've gotten him about 4 times now, 5 times.
Yeah, I think I went to your island once to get him, and bought a piece of artwork, and that's awesome. But yeah, no bueno. I can't get him to show up to my island.
Oh,
It's
strange.
a little annoying. But you know, you do what you can.
I also have caught every shark in the game already.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, I've been fishing. Like I finally have a reason to fish again, and it's cool because it's not only in the ocean. Like I'm fishing in the ponds and the streams because there's new fish everywhere.
right. So I've done a little bit of fishing. I got the ribbon eel, which was good. The eels were particularly slippery to get. They seem to escape pretty quickly. The sharks I've not had as much luck with, and I had to move. And I know this is your method, but I've had to move to using sound only.
It's the only way to do it.
And literally, I will put it on my screen, hold my controller, make sure I get the attention of the fish, and close my eyes.
Yep. You gotta center your chi, man.
Yep.
And just
And
listen for it.
And it works. It works because it doesn't make me as trigger happy as watching it.
No, because you don't have the anxiety of watching the fish drift close and then fall back a little bit more. You know, you don't have any of that. You're
Right,
going off the
right.
straight sound. So
It was a little surprising. I wasn't expecting that it would be that effective for me, and it really, really is.
I've been doing it since the original, and I've never gone back to eye fishing.
Yeah, you'd said that, and I was somewhat of a non-believer until this week.
Now,
And
what I can say is that sharks can be summoned with the bait. I had a couple sharks come out. So it was always a question of mine if they could be baited like that, but they can.
And I've not been using that, so I really need to go back and start making more bait and just fishing that way. There is something really cool though about seeing an eel or a shark because they're different shapes, right? And so it's that whole like the fin, and I'm just going, okay, now I can do it. Now's the time. It's like, nope.
Yeah, and I didn't expect. I don't know. I forgot that this was a thing from other games, but I forgot the eel shadows are a little bit smaller and thinner
and longer.
And longer, yeah.
Yep. So it took me a couple times to get the eel, but when I did, very satisfying. Very, very satisfying.
Oh! Something happened this week that I just remembered. I've been waiting for a villager to move out.
And who moved out?
She comes up to me and she's like, hey, man, I think it's time for me to move on. And I was like, yes! Yes! So excited. I was hitting that A button just like, yeah, get out of here. And I blew past the menu that said, no, it's okay to go. And I hit B that said, no, please stay. And she's like, you know what? You're right. I live here and I should be proud of it. And I was like,
no.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, I did have a villager move out this week.
Oh, who'd you have move out?
It was Cousteau.
Oh, Jacques.
Yeah. There's something about the eyes on the top of the head thing that kind of freaks me out a little bit. So,
what is Cousteau? Is he a frog?
Well, is he a frog? He's got that kind of face.
He's your villager.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of an animal he is because I don't really pay attention to it as much. but anybody who's got the eyes as bumps on top of the head just looks a little weird.
Okay.
But he said, I think it's time for me to move on. I went, okay. And then, so we had a new villager move in. Her name is Renee, and
Ooh.
she's a horse because her name is spelled Reneigh, and it just happens to be her birthday today.
Oh, well, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah,
Happy
yes.
birthday.
Thanks. I'm leaving. No, I'm just kidding. So, no, she seems fine. She's fine. She's fine. She's fine. So we'll see what happens. Cousteau was one of my original two. So I'm kind of hoping her house is a little bit better. If you're going to be in the studio audience, we have to ask that you remain in your seat. So if you guys out there in podcast land want to know what we're talking about, you need to come to twitch.tv/Nooks Tavern each and every Thursday evening, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern time,
Would have
7
been.
p.m. Central.
It would have been funny if you just pivoted
I
to
know.
Central.
Yeah.
So let's get into some of the news, shall we?
Cool. Yeah. So right now, we are now in June, and we are now in wedding season and all kinds of stuff. But the thing that nobody really talked about was summer shells. And you may have noticed, since you did a lot of fishing, that you'll see these blue shells on the beach.
No,
And
and I was surprised to see him.
yeah, I was too. And when I went over to them and they said summer shells, I went, well, that's different. So I started collecting as many as I could, just because. And then come to find out, there are a bunch of new recipes to use the summer shells, and they actually replace the seasonal young spring bamboo.
Interesting.
So it will be interesting to see if you can to see which sets that you can not purchase, create um for with the summer shells. Now I know there's a shell wand and there's a shell wreath. There look to be a lot. There's starry sands flooring that you can make if you have the sandy beach flooring. If you combine that with summer shells, you can make the starry sands flooring. um There's a tropical vista that you can make, which I'm really looking forward to, which only take 5 summer shells, but it's for the walls, right?
Yep.
So you have like a beach view, which I think will be very, very cool. The other one that I'm really looking forward to checking out is there's underwater flooring that you can make and an underwater wall,
So
which
I've gotten about 3 of these so far.
oh, you have,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
they're pretty common if you crawl the beach as much as I do, you know.
yep.
But
Eh,
also, clearing your beach out and letting it reset is always a good idea as well.
Yeah, I'm not great about doing that every day. I
It's
just, I
funny. I
just,
clear my beach more than I pick my fruit.
do you really?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't pick my fruit a lot every day either. So, but there appear to be, with all of the summer shell items that you can create, you need about 30 summer shells, 10 coral, 4 clams, 3 star fragments, 2 sea snails, 2 sand dollars, a cowrie, and a Venus comb. And apparently that gives you enough to create all of the summer shell recipes, which I don't know, I might do it. Could be pretty cool.
Now, do we know where we're gonna get these recipes from? Just balloons?
Right now it's looking like balloons, but you know what it is about recipes. You can get them anywhere, right?
That's true.
So you probably would get them. I would imagine they have a higher chance of showing up on the beach,
Oh,
and just because why not?
no, that makes
um
sense.
yeah. And the there should be like apparently Isabel sends you one to your Nook phone during the announcements about the new seasonal crafting, which means everybody should have gotten that already.
Interesting.
And I think I did, honestly. I also believe that you get I think I got one from uh Celeste.
Oh, look at that! Yeah, I have the underwater flooring.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there you
So
go.
so there you go. So that's a nice cool little thing to do separate from the wedding season, things like that.
And the fishing
So
and all that razzmatazz.
yeah, and the fishing and everything. Yeah, it was kind of snuck in there. So that was cool. What else we got going on?
Well, you just mentioned it. It's wedding season.
Wedding season.
How's your old wedding season? Not only is it wedding season, but somebody just celebrated their wedding anniversary.
Yeah. Congratulations, Phil. No, I'm just kidding. It was my anniversary. Yeah, my wife and I just celebrated 31 years of
Woo!
marriage. Yeah.
It's impressive
So
for a 35-year-old.
I know it's really weird. Well, arranged marriages. My parents were kind of
Sure.
old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so yeah, wedding season. Have you been diligent in doing all of the photos you need to
No.
do?
No, not at all. No.
Yeah.
No. But I did my first one yesterday, and
And
I really enjoyed it. Like,
it's really weird because it feels like you shouldn't, right?
I know, but I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
Like setting up. Well, see, here's the thing. Like, I had a wedding video business for many years where I would shoot people's wedding videos and then throw them on a DVD for them. So like setting up shots at a fake wedding is so fun.
Yeah. So, what's weird is the vibe that I got while I was doing all this.
Ooh.
Pokemon Snap.
Okay.
It fed that feeling to me, and I wasn't expecting that because
Interesting.
I really loved that because of the photography aspect of it, obviously, but that it was very cool, and yeah, it's been pretty simplistic lately, and getting a good rating from Reese is pretty easy,
Yeah.
at least right now, but it's different every day, and you get heart crystals for doing a good job. Apparently, the maximum that you can get is 15 for each shoot,
Okay.
and then you'll get your wedding set pieces. So you'll get the wedding bench and wedding flower stand and all of that. And that's it. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and it's one of those events where you feel like, oh, maybe I should do this every day
Well,
versus like the museum
I
events.
am going to tell you why you should do this every day because, well, there's a new currency when it comes to this.
Yes.
And something that has really caught my eye that I need to get costs 40 crystal hearts.
Oh, and what is that
That
you
is
want to
the
get?
wedding pipe organ.
Didn't see that.
Yes, I know you didn't.
Oh
So, yeah, this
no.
wedding pipe organ costs 50 hearts, and it looks gorgeous, and it would look beautiful in the music room.
I am never spending another crystal until I get the pipe
Yeah.
organ. I need that pipe organ. Because I finally got my grand piano.
Yep, congrats.
Thanks. I bought another alto saxophone today, which means I have 4 or 5 of them. Because I'm setting up a big band. Uh, I want trombones and trumpets. That's what I want.
I know there are trumpets, right?
Are there?
I don't know.
I haven't seen them.
I don't know. I haven't gotten my hand on one of them books yet to see what all the items are in the game.
Oh, the books. You had to bring up the books.
Well, you know what? I know we're talking about wedding seasons, but do you mind if I talk to you real quick about the books?
Absolutely.
I here in Pennsylvania, went to one of my local big chained video game stores because they finally opened since quarantine has been lifted a little bit.
Does it rhyme with flame slop?
Yeah,
All right.
it's your local flame slop.
Okay.
And I said, "Hey, man, I know the answer to this, right? I know the answer, but I'm just gonna ask anyway. You got one of them books?" And he's like, "Well, no, I don't." And I said, "I thought so, man. Some of my friends on Amazon have gotten them, some haven't. And since you guys just opened, I wanted to really just come in here and ask, you got one of them books? And he's like, listen here, son, why don't you lean a little closer to the desk? And I said, all right, Mr. Lame Slop Employee, what do you got for me? He's like, son, I don't know if we're ever going to get them books in. And I said, what do you mean? Like, this location or the entire company? He said, no, the entire company. I don't know if we're ever going to get them in. And I said, well, that's interesting to hear. He's like, yep, with everything that's going on in the world and us not even getting games right now, it's very unlikely that you'll see one of those books in our store. And I said, well, at least I do an Animal Crossing podcast, and I can tell everybody that if they see them anywhere, you got to grab them as quickly as possible.
I've been so disappointed, man. That book, when I saw there was a review on YouTube, and they flipped through a bunch of pages and showed what was in it. I had already ordered it, but I wanted it even more at that point. And Amazon was saying, well, we don't know when it's going to be available, so do you want to keep your order going? And I did for about 3 weeks, and then I just said, I this makes no sense. I'm not going to do it. I went looking at other vendors, couldn't find it.
Interesting.
So I'm a little annoyed. And like I would almost at this point even settle for an electronic version, even though I want the hard copy.
I mean, they didn't even produce an ebook version, so it's impossible.
Right. So it's a disappointment.
It is, and especially to not release it or even make a digital copy for it.
Well, and
it's insane.
I mean, that's insane to me because can you imagine how many would sell?
But yes, because it's 2020.
I know, and the game is huge. But they would have sold a ton.
Isn't huge, right? But you would think that making a digital book is more important right now than making a physical book, since everybody is doing digital reading, right?
Yes.
So why you got the files because it had to go and be put on a computer.
That's the ironic part about all of it, right? Is they have to have an electronic version because that's how you do things now. It's insane. It's insane.
Man, it's so dumb. So wedding season.
Wedding season. Yeah. Reese and Cyrus. So I've
seen some pretty adult themed pictures that people are taking to
Oh no.
Weddings.
Have you really?
Oh yeah.
Oh no. I've been doing just like straight like make it look nice, make it look symmetrical.
Oh no, me too. And I've been pulling in my garden gnomes to either I put a DJ booth in there with MC Garden Gnome behind it, and then I had a garden gnome marry the two of them. And, I'm having fun. It's good times.
I've actually just been using what they provide. I haven't been pulling in any of my own stuff.
And then you see people that they cheat the system, where she's like, I want pink everywhere.
Right.
So they dash the walls with pink shirts and like pink mannequins and just
oh my god
everywhere. And she's like, it's everything that my wedding I've envisioned for my wedding. It's wonderful.
I've had that, but I've just been using the stuff provided.
Yeah.
And it's worked out great. So I don't know. I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, me too.
I still am a little creeped out by going to Harv's Island, but I can let that go.
But hopefully they come in and start doing their DIY craft store, once this event is over.
I could actually really enjoy like more events at Harv's Island that are like holiday or theme related. If they made that a more common thing, like we have wedding season, that's great. But maybe in the fall we have harvest season. Oh my god, I wasn't even thinking about that. Harvest season.
Got it.
So where it's all fall items.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be too.
Yeah, so I don't know, we'll see. All I know is I like this a lot more than the museum event, because I have all these plaques that make me want to go to Nookazon.
Well, I mean, you did it to yourself, and that's why it really hurts, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I wasn't sure whether or not there was anything at the end. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But otherwise, so we've got wedding season, and so we've got this new thing that we found this week about people who have rendered Animal Crossing locations in kind of a photorealistic quality. Have
Yeah,
you looked at these
it's
photos?
incredible.
It's and it's just stupid little things like reflections in the window at Nook's Cranny.
Well, it's kind of like when people run, Warcraft through the Unreal 4 engine,
Right.
right? Or
Right.
somebody did, the Hyrulean field in the Unreal engine.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And what's funny is my first thought after looking at these shots that people did was that's the future of Animal Crossing. That's what things are going to look like. The problem, well, where I stopped short when I was thinking that though was, but what are the people going to look like? What are all the villagers? And because you can't do photorealistic, that'd be just too disturbing.
Yeah, you get that uncanny valley.
Yeah, it would look really weird. It's like when people had done that the photo not the photos, but the pictures of Mario as if they were a real person.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
or like Homer as a real person.
Yeah, yes, exactly. It's just so disturbing. It's like I don't want to believe that can exist. Leave it alone.
Oh, these are certainly beautiful, but we're talking about Nintendo here,
Right.
so this will never be the future of anything.
Right.
But God, that
Well, I don't
museum at the
know.
waterfront looks
Oh yeah,
wonderful.
it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And we've got the link in the show notes so you can all take a look at it. But it's gorgeous. It really is.
Yeah,
Um so this so I put a picture in our show notes.
you did.
Yeah. So Ninji, one of the greatest data miners for Animal Crossing New Horizons, posted this on his Twitter, and it literally is, I don't know, let's call it 40 zippers in the plaza. And by zipper, I mean that creepy bunny with that in the bunny costume um, for the Easter event. I mean, oh, I'm sorry, not the Easter event, the
Bunny, Bunny Day. Bunny
Bunny Day
Day.
event. Yep, there's like 40 zippers just hanging around, and it's really, I mean, Zipper. Let's face it, Zipper is creepy. I'm pretty sure nobody out there believes that Zipper isn't creepy. Um, and there's so many of them, and it's the stuff nightmares are made of. So yeah, you can go take a look at that for yourself. I wouldn't look at it around kids because it's just creepy. It's nightmarish. Um, Safe for work completely. Just nobody should see that. So that, which is why we're telling you about it. You should go see it. All right. So and then finally, this whole dodo thing. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Really? Okay. So one of the coolest things is, and I'm hoping this is kind of like a pilot. Oh, I can't even believe I said that.
Oh, boo.
Boo. Please boo me. A pilot program for a new service from Dodo Airlines. And that is when you go to Harv's Island and you talk to your Dodo pilot, he basically says, hey, you know what? If you've got stuff in your inventory that you need to go to your storage at home, we'll take care of that for you. Just let us know what it is and we'll put it in storage. And, if you've got stuff you need to sell, we'll sell it just like if you put it in the box at Nook's Cranny. There'll be a cut, but you'll be able to sell stuff and we'll just take care of it for you. And if they roll this out, and I still am not convinced they're going to, but if they roll that out to the Mystery Islands, that will break the economy. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
Because then Scorpion Island becomes Unlimited Cash Island.
Yeah, all of them do. You know,
All
your
of them do.
Shark Islands, your Scorpion Islands.
Yeah. Yep. And that's true. They all could, right? Because you can kind of harvest them in general. But yeah, I don't know. You haven't partaken at all, right?
No, 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 no. I haven't. But also, you know, back on the DS, they had just a box. Anything you want to take, you have to put in this box. So it had a set number of items that you could take back with you.
Right.
So, I mean, even your inventory has a set number, but I mean, I'm nowhere close to it. Are you?
You're nowhere close to. Oh, you're talking
Maxing
about
out
the
your house
storage?
inventory? Yeah.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what the max is because I keep throwing things in storage and it never says you have too much.
Yeah, no, next time you open up your storage, you'll be able to see. There's a number in the bottom left.
Oh,
So,
that'll be disappointing. I don't know that I want to know that
I mean,
because then I'll be conscious of it.
yeah, but I mean, you're probably nowhere close to it.
Yeah, probably not. Oh, hey, who turned off the lights? All right. So, I see you got your Dad Day mug.
I do. Yep.
Yep. Did you get any of the other event Dad Day Nook shopping things?
No.
There's a cape and a crown.
What? Where's this?
It's in Nook's Cranny. So if you not Nook's Cranny, I'm sorry. If you go to the Nook shopping at the
Oh.
ATM and you do the right click for the event stuff,
Oh.
which is where you get your mug.
I had this sent to me.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
So there's an event tab for that Nook shopping.
Interesting.
And that's where you go to get your Pocket Camp items if you've linked your Pocket Camp to Nintendo.
Yeah.
And there's another tab that is for events. And so there was a Mother's Day mug that you could get. This is the Father's Day mug. And then there's also like a cape. I want to say a cape and a crown
We'll have
that
to
you
check it out.
get for Father's Day as well. So, so yeah, it's just nice little other touches. So,
No, I had no idea. And I collect mugs in real life, so to collect
do you
mugs
really?
digitally is going to be just as bad, I believe.
Again with items like these mugs, I really wish we had a storage cabinet where we could put them in
Like
for
a
display.
hitch. Yeah.
Like that trophy case that you can buy, only that you can populate.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, it would be dope.
Right. So, and with that, that's all I have for the news. Do you have anything more?
No, that's it. So if you're listening to the podcast, enjoy your break here in the live show. Stick around, and we'll talk a little bit that will get cut out of the episode.
Sweet.
Oh, could you guys hear the giant thunderstorm that shook my entire house?
Not at all.
Wow.
I will be right back.
All right. Damn, that was a big thunderstorm. $355 out of 1,600. Okay. What's up, chat room? How's everyone doing tonight? I see Soapbox is here. What's up, Soapbox? I need to stretch my legs. Go for it, B-Mail. I guess run around. But there you go. Bunch of freaks. Let's take a look at these freaks. Kelton, you're looking pretty dope. I like your paper crown. What's up, Melrose? Tony P. Henderson coming in hot. We're at our mid-show break, nerds. So we're just we're going around and having fun.
People are running amok in the studio.
I told them they were allowed to. All right, you ready to go back in?
Yes. Yeah.
Stop playing with Kurt's murder mask. You give a bunch of toddlers like an inch to move. Yeah, but the patient's always run the asylum here. Alright. Oh, sugar. Whew. Alright, you can bring us back in whenever.
Okay. And welcome back to the second part of Animal Crossing New Horizons podcast, Nook's Tavern. Thank you for sticking around. Right now is our segment on the community spotlight. Phil, what do you got for us?
So, I didn't want to bring another video or anything like that, but normally we use this time to bring in certain designs and patterns or things that the community has thought of that always breaks my brain.
Oh.
Because it's just like, oh my god, that's incredible. What? Who? Oh man. So, this week, I present to you, people are making usable and reliable and realistic sundials in their towns.
And how are they doing this?
So they're building a clock on the floor with just a pattern, and then putting a lamppost in the middle of it, and figuring out where the best place to have it be accurate in their town. Now, with that said, I've only got pictures, so I don't know how does it work. When the sun's out, yes, it does. It's solar powered. So, yeah. So people are building sundials, and it's just like, that's such a wonderful idea. They're using the street lamp as the middle arm, and the sun goes around and has it work. Apparently, and there's a couple of these. You know, this is the one that I like the most out of the couple that I've seen.
Is that the Roman numeral one?
Yes.
With that weird unicorn?
Yes, that is the one I have up.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm looking at that photo right now, or that screenshot right now. That is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It really is. And what's funny is we know the days go by kind of in well, it is in real time, right?
Yeah.
And it never occurred to me that this could be a thing. And we've seen the shadows. We know shadows are cast. It's this attention to detail that drives me a little crazy, because they didn't have to do this. Like, Nintendo did not have to pay this much attention, and they just did, and it's amazing.
Yeah, no, and this game has always worked with, real time.
Right.
I don't know. I've never thought about building a sundial in my town. It's just nothing that never crossed my mind.
Well, and let's face it. I mean, even here in studio, we've got a real clock.
That's true.
And all the clocks in the game have all. And this goes back a long time, right? I mean,
yeah.
to the beginning. They've always worked on real time. It just, for some reason, there's something about the sun and just the environment being in real time as well. It's one thing to set up a clock. I mean, the system clock is a system clock, but it's just very cool.
I'm just waiting for them to geolocate where you're at and then mimic the weather to whatever your weather is outside.
I'm a little surprised we're not there already, to be perfectly honest with you. because we're there in terms of hemispheres, but we're not really there in terms of actual location.
Well, I don't know if any game does that.
They could do it. There have been games in the past, and I can't remember them off the top of my head, where you enter your
Zip
address or
code?
your zip code, and they go to like the National Weather Center, and they mimic what's out there.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting.
well, you know what? Pokemon Go kind of does that.
They do. They most
Yeah,
certainly do.
yeah. So it's doable. It's completely doable. But if that happened in Animal Crossing, that I think that'd be totally cool. Because then you get like weird things like it's snowing in May in New Hampshire,
Yeah.
which unfortunately happens. Um, but I don't know. I think that would add a neat little twist to things.
It would certainly be something different.
Yeah, yeah. So otherwise though, have you seen any pop culture type videos or anything like that?
Not any of them that I wanted to bring to the show this week.
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit of a quiet week for that kind of thing, and that's okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know if people are hitting their Animal Crossing fatigue or if it's just the state of the world of what's going on right now. But no, I haven't seen too much in the community, and that's kind of why the only thing I had to bring this week was these sundials.
right. Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot in terms of the community either. Yeah, really. Otherwise, other than like everybody's concentrating on wedding season and because that's all brand new, right? So, um, that's where everybody's concentration was. But that and I mean, there is no shortage on YouTube of look at my 5-star island.
Well, yeah, island tours are
Oh
all
my
over.
God, island tours are all over the place, and there's some amazing ones. There was an island tour of it that was designed by an industrial engineer that's all symmetrical, and it's just amazing. Um, so, but yeah, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and look for 5-star island tour. You will be there for hours.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, I think
Well,
that I think I hear a knocking.
all right. Well, go get your dude.
All right, oops, you want to turn the lights back on? I might fall down the stairs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to our segment we do every week. Behind the Bells, the Nook Syndicate story. Hey, Bagman.
Okay. Hey, Phil. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a different behind the bells.
All right.
Um, I am not going to rip into Tom Nook this week. And this is kind of a more of a real world type thing. Um, as everybody knows, particularly here in the United States, there is a lot of strife going over most recently um, the George Floyd incident and how we can recover from this and how we can heal and fix things. There's a bit of a divide right now, and one of the things that um, I'm very concerned with is how do we heal? How do we fix things? Because things are broken, and it's pretty clear that things are broken. And oh, go ahead,
No, no, no.
please.
I mean, there's got to be a lot of change on, and there has to be change because if there's no change, then things aren't going to progress, and if we're not going to progress, then nothing is going to get better.
Agreed, agreed. And so I know that I don't want to make this too heavy, but it's a heavy subject.
It is.
Um, so I know there's a lot of kids listening, a lot with their parents, a lot on their own, a lot of parents listening because they play on their own as well, whether they admit it or not. Um, And the best advice that I can give is talk. And if you kids have questions, talk to your parents.
But also, I think it's important that you listen.
There is that there yes, no question, no question. Because I mean, but the discussion needs to happen, right? And for those who are negatively affected by the by the situation rather, um then listen to what they have to say. Ask them why they're being negatively affected if you literally don't know, and ask them what their life experiences have been. Be kind, be nice, be open to listening. Try to first understand and don't judge, just understand. It's it's a really really terrible situation that we're in right now. We have to grow past this. And I can joke all I want, or I can talk about the Tom Nook situation, but this is real life, and the game will be here next week, in which I will rip into Tom Nook again. But this is we're in a particular turning point of United States history here. I think, and I think we really need to really understand those negatively affected and understand why, and then figure out together how we can move forward.
Yep.
um, and it has to be together. It can't be one-sided. It has to be together, or else we're just not going to make the progress that needs to happen. And it could be an amazing time if we're open to all of that. And that's pretty much what it is. I didn't want to take too much time this week to talk about this, but it's so important in what's going on right now
No, I
that I
agree.
wanted to put aside my anger at the evil Tom Nook and just talk about this thing.
No, I that was not expected, Bagman, but appreciated.
Well, you're welcome, but I still have to hide.
All
So
right,
I'm out
man.
of here. All right. Thanks, guys.
See you, Bagman.
So I didn't even hear any yelling.
No, we did a different segment today.
Okay. All right. Well, um, okay, great. So Phil, what's next? What do we got? Do we have, oh, I don't know,
And
any
an outro to do?
an outro to do perhaps?
Yeah, let's do an outro then. All right, you ready?
I am.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and Twitch at Nook's Tavern. This episode of Nook's Tavern was brought to you by their Patreon producers, Big Jim. Ha, that's a different show. B-Mel. Want to support the show? Head on over to patreon.com/Nook's Tavern and show us some love like our newest patron, All Things Wisdom. If you have a moment, please head on over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review like our newest 5-star.
Soapbox GSTU, who left us a nice review saying cutting edge reporting on the Nook Syndicate. And the rest of his review says these guys bring you a fun and lighthearted approach to the news in ACNH, but more importantly, the cutting edge, deep dive reporting on the treachery of the Nook family crime syndicate. Lots of fun and very creative.
Thank you, Paul, for leaving that 5-star review. Because you took the time to review us, we have taken the time to get you some art made of you. So here you go. Enjoy, my dude. Thank you to Emily Swan for these weekly iTunes reviews, the weekly pictures, and our album art. You can support her over at patreon.com/a swan named Emily, or on all social media at that same name. You want to join the conversation, head on over to our Discord at tiny.cc twitch.tv/Nooks Discord. And if you have some stories about your island and you want to share them, just email the show at nookstavern@gmail.com.
Or that might be tiny.cc/Nooks Tavern.
Yeah. That too. Where can people find you, Kurt?
They can find me all over the place. I'm on Twitter at VO by Kurt. In case he didn't mention it when he was here, the Bagman is on Twitter at Mr. E Bagman, MRE Bagman on Twitter. And I'm also on Twitch at Kurtstable, where I do my other podcast called Storytime with Kurt. We're in the middle of reading Great Expectations right now. And then all over the place on Twitter, and on Twitch rather. Just follow Kurtstable. You'll see where I am.
Dig it. And I am at Imaginary Nomad on all social media, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram with a 1. Botch Podcast. We do that live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Botch Podcast every Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Anything else?
Have a great weekend and be nice to each other.
All right, guys. Thank you, everyone. And, yeah, be kind and be the change you want to see. See ya.
See ya.
All right, I'm going to pause recording. We don't have anything to talk about. 49 minutes later.
Oh, I know, dude. But, we make it work. I don't even know how that works sometimes. But, I mean, even the Bagman segment didn't go on that long.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. I hope that was all right to people who are in Twitch and to you, Phil. I hope that was okay. I am feeling a fair amount of angst on this, and I'm not even clearly the primary one affected. But it felt like I shouldn't do a regular segment this week.
No, and I get that, and it seemed like everyone in Twitch was perfectly fine with that.
All right, because I actually didn't. I didn't see the Twitch, so I have no idea. But yeah. So back to normal stuff next week, hopefully. Yeah, we'll just go from there. How many people were in Twitch tonight?
17.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yep, we got 17 people here. We're going to do what we always do, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to raid N64 Josh.
Nice.
If you guys aren't familiar with him, you should be. He's incredible. He's a friend. And he's a wonderful Nintendo content creator. We're not going to do that yet. We're not going to raid yet. We're going to play around in my island. If everyone can get the heck out of my house so I can get out from behind the fence, I would greatly appreciate it.
Let me pull out my shovel.
You son of a... Did you
It might
notice
be cash.
I moved the store and all that? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that. I'll have to take a look.
I got a surfboard in there.
Oh, I got a surfboard earlier this week. I meant to mention that too.
There's
I forgot all about it.
surfboards.
Yeah. So I know that Ibbot's trying to collect them all.
Yeah.
However many there are.
He got the green one off of me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I had one with like a palm tree or something on it.
That's the hardest one to get.
No way. Really?
I think so.
But
they probably all have the same percentage.
Value or whatever.
Yeah.
Who just went into that house? Okay, and we're not raiding yet, right?
No.
Okay.
I can't even get out of my house yet.
I started streaming today, which is rare. Usually I'm like,
oh, what are you guys talking about, eh? Oh, now I can get comfortable. Get into my strongman outfit.
There we go.
Okay, there's your Able sisters. Oh, I wonder.
Man, I've had that bubblegum, KK bubblegum song stuck in my head for 2 weeks now. And all I can see is those goths underneath the bridge dancing to it in my head.
That's awesome.
What else? I got my 4th turtle yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So that
Did you
was-
put them out yet? Because I
Yep.
thought I only saw 3 out there.
No, there's 4 in there.
Hmm.
Thanks for the iron nugget.
Hey, you know,
Eat your
I
iron. nuggets.
love the fact that it's Careless Whisper. I love that so
Oh,
much.
thank you. Thanks for the seashell. Some sand dollars. Let me holler for them sand dollars. Hey, nobody got kicked during the live show tonight.
Oh my God, that's right. Oh, good. Gives me hope. I'm still looking for those the Beatles outfits.
Oh, I
So-
have a couple of them.
If you see them though, let me know.
Okay.
Because I want to get 4.
Well, yeah, I know you do.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't even thought about how that's gonna work. I'm gonna have to use friends.
Why are the 4 turtles so separated? They're all crawling towards the pizza, dude. And they're turtles. They have different crawl speeds.
Oh,
That's
interesting. Your Sable doesn't recognize that she talks to me all the time.
interesting.
Hmm.
She
'Cause
doesn't- she doesn't like you.
I've got all the designs that she gives out at this point. Oh yeah, there's your surfboard. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at that! You got a summer shell right here on the beach.
Take it.
No, you can have it. I'm not gonna take. Yeah, because you never know; those might be rare. I hope I don't run by this shark and scare him.
I can't believe you haven't gotten red back.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. And here's the thing: I've missed going to the ATM a couple of times, but not logging in at all. And yeah, Red's just not been there. I had CJ and Celeste tonight.
I've got CJ tonight. I haven't seen Celeste in what feels like weeks.
Yeah, I saw Celeste last week and tonight. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. I'm getting kind of annoyed at the Red thing though, because I really want to build up my art museum.
Yeah.
And looks like Josh has left his seat for a break or something.
Yeah, I see that. I got his stream up.
Okay. So, oh, yeah, we're still on stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to you afterwards.
Oh boy.
No, it's fine. It's all good. It's actually really good. So, oh, Chris sent us a message. Okay. I thought he sent us a message. Oh, he said he got caught up with stuff tonight, so he couldn't join.
All right.
Oh, and he who was Steve was in the stream tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve, if you still hear me, shoot me a direct message on Facebook if you would. I got something I want to talk to you about.
It's your butt.
Your butt. Family show.
I can say butt. Oh, look at that. A
What?
homemade crowd and a handmade cape. Got it.
Oh yeah.
Those are cool.
I gotta tell you, there was one social, not social media. Well, community spotlight thing I almost brought, and I decided against it. And it was today is the anniversary of Tiananmen Square,
Ah,
and people were doing kind of online vigils together.
interesting.
But we've got enough good stuff going on over here. I just figured, I don't know.
No, that's
I-
true.
Yeah. I was torn. I really was torn up until Showtime, and I just decided against it.
Well, more bait, thanks. Thanks, B Mel. Remember when I thanked the Botch Podcast executive producers? Idiot. Alright, I don't know if Josh is coming back. We'll probably just...
Trying to think if like Nintendads is on or.
No, they don't start recording till 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know what I'll do. Hold on.
I mean, I think he's coming back because why would you just?
Well, I
not?
know, but I gotta start working on this episode.
Right.
Everyone, hold your butts.
Hold your butts.
Hold your butts. My volume was a little low, is what I've been hearing all day.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the yellow. Maybe I accidentally hit, I don't know, one of my knobs. It looks good on the actual Audacity. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I need an opinion from you.
All right.
Voice changer?
Yes.
That's where I'm leaning as well.
Just
but
because you're still doing it in character.
right. So I don't know. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use the voice changer, and hopefully in July the real one will show up. That Kickstarter I did.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to do that live. What the heck?
This is such a good idea. What's that? All right. I think I found somebody that we're going to read.
Oh, okay.
My computer would ever slow down. Oh, wait. What is maxing out my computer so much right now? Can I buy the green quarter? Oh, yeah, B-Mail, you got that. No. All right, well.
This is episode 12?
Yeah, what do we want to call this episode, everyone?
Oh, God. Oh, boy. I'm not going that direction.
When things got real, Harvest Festival.
When things got real isn't bad.
Fancy hats. All of the notes. That's what I get.
You said all the nopes?
Yep.
Is this from those guys?
Yep.
Oh, Josh is back, by the way.
When things got too real is probably good. Unless you got something better than that.
No, I really don't. The only thing I have is a joke that's inappropriate.
Good.
Yeah. So, I don't know that I'd put too real.
Too real was I've inserted that too. When things got real is what was put out there in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think when things got real is good. I don't know. Lowest downloaded episode ever.
Hey,
Maybe not. I don't know.
don't worry about that.
I'm in a weird spot.
Yeah, you certainly are. Freak.
Yeah, I like when things got real.
Okay. Alright, well, that's where we're going to call it, ladies and gentlemen. I closed my raid window because my computer was acting buggy, so just go over to Josh's page and watch him there. We'll check you all next week.
See ya.